Hey y'all, Pittsburgh Sports with Scooter. Scooter here. Hey, I want to talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates. I just cannot figure this team out. You know, one game they look like a juggernaut. The next game they look like, Little League. Um, it's so frustrating. Usually I can watch a baseball team play and they either really stink, they're average, or they're really good. This team can look like that in one game. They can look like they suck, they can look average, and they can look great. All in the same ball game. Um, I can't figure out for the life of me why this team can't put winning streaks together. They have all the talent. The ingredients is there. Some people want to jump right and say, "Oh, Don Kelly sucks. Don Kelly's the problem." I don't agree with that. This team, these players in the clubhouse, they love Don Kelly. They love playing for Don Kelly. They would run through a wall for Don Kelly. Yeah, I know I've harped on fundamentals a lot, and I think some of that is coaching. But I think this team is getting better and better fundamentally. Don Kelly can't make these professional players go out on a field and play good. Don Kelly can't do that. Now, with that said, I do think it's time for some changes. I think it starts in the bullpen. There's a couple guys in there that I think it's time to say goodbye to. And the first one is Lawrence. He was a failed closer before. It was a flyer Pittsburgh took because they liked his stuff. He had, a good month and a half last year. So they, paid him to avoid arbitration. You took a shot. The guy stinks. It's time to move on. I guess, Ben Sherrington and Bob Nutting need to ask themselves, did we spend the extra money to be losers or did we spend the extra money to be winners? It's time to start making some tough calls, whether you want to make them or not. Excuse me. So, first, Justin Lawrence needs to be out of here. How do you fill that role? I'll talk about that in a minute. Another one, maybe not in the short term, but at some point, you need to give up on Johan Ramirez. I love the guy. I know he smiles a lot. He's a chipper guy. He's great in the locker room, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes right down to it, you gotta produce. You gotta pitch, man. This Houdini stuff he does, raw, great, all well and good. But he shouldn't be in that position. He's got to have better control, and he's got to stop hitting guys. And he's been around long enough now that I don't think any of that's going to change. He is what he is. Now, there are a couple things I would like to see and try, and one of them is Wilbur Dotel. Look, I know they want to stretch him out to be a starter, but right now, you don't need starters. You need bullpen arms. You need, middle inning guys. Because I'm comfortable for the most part with the back end of this bullpen. Gregory Soto, Montgomery, I think they're fine for 8th and 9th inning guys. Johan Santana, I do think he'll get it back good enough to be a guy that can come in for the 6th, 7th inning. I haven't given up on Matson just yet, but I'm also getting there on him. But Wilbur Dotel is a guy you can put in this bullpen. Yeah, he's young. But when he was up here for that short time he looked great. Maybe it's fool's gold, but let's find out because I don't care who you bring up. They can't be much worse than Justin Lawrence and Johan Ramirez, for God's sakes. So that's one thing. This offense is good, but I still don't think it's completely clicked or come together. And, before you could say, oh, it's the beginning of the season, they haven't played together. Well, we're, 40 close to 40 games into the season, or we are 40 games into the season, 25% of the season's gone. I think you kind of know who you are at this point. We need to start making some changes. Don Kelly, Ben Sherrington, they need to put their foot down. They need to make some moves, if for nothing else, to let this team know that this isn't acceptable. You guys are too good for this. When you have the dominating starting pitching that the Pittsburgh Pirates have had, you got to make hay. That's when you got to put these streaks together and win games. I know, if you'd have told me last year that we'd be a few games over 500 at this point, I would have been like, oh, yes. And yeah, I would have. But that was before I saw how much talent is really on this team. Now I'm saying, oh no, that's not good enough. Do I think they'll turn it around? I hope so. I think they have the ability to. But they're going to need to start doing it soon. I don't think Don Kelly's the problem. I keep hearing it. I keep hearing the questions about it. But I'm not there with him yet. If I didn't know how much the players loved him and I didn't know how much he meant in the locker room, I might have a differing view on it. Do I agree with everything Don Kelly does? Absolutely not. I don't think I've ever agreed with everything any coach does. They're all going to make mistakes, especially if you go by your gut. It happens. But I don't think he's done anything egregious so far this year. Has he taken some starting pitchers out earlier than maybe he should have? Sure. But a lot of that I don't even think is under the control of the manager. I think a lot of that's predetermined higher up in the office. It would be interesting to know a little bit more about that. But I can tell you right now, if he leaves Braxton Ashcraft in, or if he leaves Paul Skeens in for an extra inning to go a few pitches over 100 and something happens and he gets hurt, he probably would lose his job. Do I agree with that? No. Do I think we baby starting pitchers too much? Abso-frickin-lutely. But that's not a Don Kelly problem. That's a Major League Baseball problem. So, I wouldn't say that I'm on the oh shit, we're in trouble yet wagon, but I'm on the cautious, take a step back and look wagon. Offensively, there's no doubt at $12, $13 million, Ozuna needs to play better. I think he's going to. His track record says he's going to. But it's a time for him to start doing it. Or DFA his ass. I know the Pirates ain't going to do that at $12 or $13 million. But it'll be a dang shame if the front office doesn't make moves because of money with the talent on this team. Because they have a real shot to be good. They just need to get in the playoffs. This team in the playoffs with Paul Skeens, Braxton Ashcraft, man, that 1-2 punch, I don't know how you lose a series. You have Jared Jones coming back here real soon. Today's what, the 15th? I believe he comes back around the 26th or 28th of this month. So hang in there, Pittsburgh. There is a little reinforcement coming, and maybe that one person being brought back can help you rearrange this a little bit. I had said before Carmen Mlodzinski doesn't need to be in the bullpen, but I've changed my mind. When Jared Jones comes back, Mlodzinski absolutely needs to go into the bullpen. He's proven valuable there, and that would solve a big problem in that pen. And I do believe that's probably what's going to happen at this time. But I also want Wilbur Dotel brought up, and Justin Lawrence and Johan Ramirez gone. At least give it a shot. Come on, front office. Show me you really want to win. Put your foot down. Show the ball club that you're serious and that you're not going to tolerate mediocrity or crap. And let's go win some ball games. So that's my video. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Do you have a different solution? Oh, and Henry Davis, again last night, he stung the ball 2 or 3 times, man. 109, 110 miles an hour off the bat. His time is coming. Hang in there, Pirates fans. His time's coming. He's going to start getting hits here. It's coming. But if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. Helps me out. Send me your opinions. And until next time, let's go, Bucks.